I just can't believe it. You're doom scrolling while Claude is working his ass off, working on your vibe coded app, and you have no clue what he is doing, nor if he demands some context, is he asking a question? You just continue, you tap the prompt, continue, you you feed him garbage prompts, and then wonder why you have a garbage app with little effort, and it looks like a vibe coded app which do not sell these days. I'll tell you things you can do in between prompts. So, the first thing, I said in between prompts and not one prompt, because one prompt is too short of a time, too much attention span frying, which makes it a lot harder to focus on the project itself, even if it feels productive. But when I say prompts, I mean even Claude doesn't have a queue option of prompts, like when you execute the prompt and it's working on it, and there is a prompt in the queue. If the correct prompt is finished and he has done the task, he passes on to the next prompt. Well, I think for now Claude doesn't have this, but other IDEs, other vibe coding platforms does have this option, which I encourage you to explore. And if Claude doesn't have it, or ChatGPT or whatever, you do your own queue, because when you prepare 10, let's say 10 prompts in advance, you are more eligible to enter the flow state. You've read the first prompt goes into the second, into the third, into the fourth. You are testing the app. You are engaged. You are stimulated by the app and the work itself. While one prompt is too short of a time to focus. First, this is the first advantage. You enter flow state, even in vibe coding, which feels boring, but you enter the flow state. Secondly, you have you have much more time to do other things without frying your attention span. Let's say you have 10 prompts. Maybe some are complex, some are not, but let's give or take, they all to be executed, they take 30 minutes. And now you have 30 minutes of free time to do another leisure activity, or to do another activity which we talk about being productive inside and in between the prompts. But but the main problem here is you can't in one prompt you just can't focus. You can't focus and focus and refocus. Maybe feels productive, but it's not. I believe me, it's not. And it's throwing an attention span without you even noticing, because we are already attention spans, right? Okay, so we don't feel it anymore. But it's but it's li- but it's affecting our productivity in a ways we don't even know. Like, you can be much more productive than you are right now, even if it feels that you are already productive or peaking, or your prime productive vibe code. Okay, so let's go back to the main subject. 10 prompts, 15 prompts, 30 minutes estimated of completion. You let it sit, you let it cook. You know what you wrote, you know the prompts. You you have already structured them in a file and to do, or any app, and I don't know, Notion, any app. You go do another activity. The other activity, please make it a low dopamine activity. Go read, go do a cold plunge, go do a walk, because if the activity in between the prompts gives much more dopamine than the writing of the prompts themselves, because its subject is subjective. Some people get more dopamine, some get less dopamine than others when writing prompt, depending on how much your vibe coding. Also, the 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 okay, you do an activity that has a low dopamine, like walking, meditation, journaling, all the normal stuff if you want to do those. But what I recommend first is training. Training. You do some push-ups. You do some pull-ups if you have a pull-up bar. You push-ups the bare minimum. You do some push-ups. You finish your vibe coded app and you're jacked too. By the time you finish your app, you are jacked or you have some level of muscle tone. That that's you can by the you can say we it's two birds and one, I don't know the example, but the point I want to make is vibe coding has liberated so much time from a coder's life, from a coder's productivity and workload. And our goal in this channel is to maximize that free time, to make it as productive and as meaningful as possible for when you come back to those finished prompts, you come back to refocus on the Vibe Code app, you bring a new level of attention and focus into it. You bring a new level of ideas. Because like you said, web coding now, it just doesn't require knowledge in coding anymore. And maybe a bit of knowledge is the knowledge you will develop it. You will develop if you vibe code enough. You will develop. You will see what the AI is doing. He's thinking. Is eh, maybe you don't look at it, but one of those days you will look. You will look at this. You will look at that, and you will learn some coding basics, some structural things. Even if you look at the files as a project structure, but the advantage you will have is ideation, is your brain, is the focus you bring to the vibe, is the vibe coded app. So what I encourage you to do, please stop doom scrolling between prompts. Write longer prompts, more prompts, like 10 minimum. Let them sit, let them sit in a queue. Preferably use a platform or IDE of vibe coding that has a queue because it's life changing. You can't uh, you can't 1 2 3 minutes you go and copy paste and it's a nightmare. It is I think it's for me it's a nightmare without a queue. Without a queue it's a nightmare. You have to you have to supervise too much. You supervise too much for a person who doesn't want to supervise. If you would want to supervise, then it's okay. It's okay. You can't have a queue. But I want to supervise a lot. I want to I want to write my 10 prompts, leave them for a queue. They do the work, and then I review all the work all in a single chat without having to review each and every step. That's my way of working. Maybe it's wrong, maybe it's, I don't know, but it's my way. And I know that some of you want to find a problem for the mental exhaustion that you're having while vibe coding. So this is the conclusion. You write longer prompts, more prompts, have have a have a have a vibe coding platform with a queue. You use that queue. You go do an activity that has low dopamine stimulation in between the prompts, preferably training, reading something that develops your intellectual capability, which is the advantage you will have in this era. And then you go see that you will come back to supervise after those 10 prompts has finished with a much more focused, in a much more focused state and and uh, and level of managerial focus you'll bring to your agent, your slave. Okay, just execute on it, try it for 3 days, 2 days, see what happens, what changes in your focus, how much more you will enter flow state while vibe coding. Even if you hate it, you will love it. You will love it because you're no longer fried. Okay, you're no longer frying in your attention span. in between the prompts, especially. We will talk about how you shouldn't do doom scroll in the in the in the like the in your day, even after before doom scrolling is the number one catalyst for your focus. But now let's begin step by step. Don't do scroll in between the prompts. Go do something that is meaningful, maybe related to another goal, like gym, like reading, like I don't know, you just maybe even socializing. But do not doom scroll. Do not try your attention span. You see how your vibe code app will thank you. Your what 10k MRR monthly recurrent revenue. Your vibe coding app will thank you for it because you will you have improved. You cannot not improve. You have improved whether you like it or not. You will improve. Okay, but that is the default benefit of this action. It does not have a consequence, or it cannot fail. It cannot fail. The failure maybe is just a 10% improvement. That's the failure we're talking about. Okay, so I hope you have a good day. Happy coding, happy vibes, and see you on the next video. And excuse my English accent. I'm not originally born English speaker, and this is my ever first video recorded in a foreign language. And I just did it. I just want to post. I just want to post this video. I just want to get things going. I just want to finally get out of my comfort zone. And I hope this has been a motivation for you, either for the advice or for you to start posting content. Happy day.